So at the beginning we'll start from this covering of the insect, the skin, which is called as what? This integument. Okay, which is also basically it is called as exoskeleton, but it is also made up of that endoskeleton also, but generally it is called as what? Exoskeleton, integument or exoskeleton. Insect body wall, okay, is called as the integument or exoskeleton. What do you mean by exoskeleton? Exo means outer, skeleton means the skeleton. Okay, the part, the outer part or the integument or the skin is known as what? Integument or exoskeleton. Leave those things. So here one more important thing is what? You see, it is the external covering of the body which is ectodermal in origin. That means ecto means again outer. Ecto means outer. Okay, dermal means from the dermal glands or whatever it may be. Outside the system or in the outer region of the insect only these are secreted or developed or originated. That's why they are what? Ectodermal in origin. In insect, whatever the appendages are there, whatever the system are there, either they are ectodermal, mesodermal or endodermal in origin. So this exoskeleton are ectodermal in origin. First point is called as integument or exoskeleton. They are ectodermal in origin. Okay, now come to some of their function. First is what is integument? It is a rigid, very hard, strong, flexible, okay, flexible, lighter in weight is very less, they are stronger and they are what? Variously modified. Okay, and also they are variously modified into different body part to suit different mode of life. In insect, different mode of life will be there. Egg stage will be there, then larva will come, larva will mold, they will develop some other appendages, then they will again pupate, some ingrowth will be there, some outgrowths will be there, then they will become adult, wings will be developed, legs will be developed. So this integument will be modified different way to accept those all different mode of life of an insect. Okay, so now coming to the basically the function, okay, which will be again covered in the part of cuticle. For now you just remember what are the function. First point is it provides protection from desiccation. Okay, first point, desiccation means what? Water loss. As the integument is there, if the exoskeleton or outer covering is there, they will prevent water loss from the body. Second point is they also provide protection from the physical or mechanical injuries. Suppose one insect is moving, all those kind of biotic and abiotic physical and mechanical injuries will be there for an organism. Those will be protected by this outer covering. Just like in case of human being also, our skin is there protecting us from different water loss also, some nutrient loss also, again from physical or mechanical injuries also can be protected by this outer covering, which is integument in case of insect. This one is what? Second. Then come to they provides area for muscle attachment. Third point, they will provide some space. Here you see they are providing a space where the muscles will be attached or appendages will be attached. This one is the third point. Then fourth is then they provide also what they provide? Shape, strength to the body and its appendages. Suppose here as the space is there, as the muscle is attached to this muscle or appendages, they will provide shape, strength, rigidity, movability, everything will be provided again by this integument itself. Also they provide response to external stimuli, sensory structure will be there, and they also involve in the locomotion or any kind of moving processes will be carried out again by these integuments. It may starting from rotating the antenna to rotation or walking of the insect. They are always involvement in some kind of locomotion. Okay, so these are the 4 points. Provides protection from desiccation, water loss, provides protection from physical and mechanical injuries, second point, provides area for muscle attachment, third point, provides safe strain to the body and appendages, third point, response to external stimuli, fourth point, involved in locomotion, fifth point. So 5 number of broad what function are there in case of integuments. Okay, so in this video we will complete exoskeleton, and in the second video we will complete endoskeleton of this integument. Okay, so let us complete first now this exoskeleton. Okay, first come to the composition. Integument consists of 3 layers. First one, inner basement layer. Okay, this one is the basement layer. Okay, then come to middle epidermis or hypodermis. This one is the epidermis or hypodermis. You see here it is labeled here, and the outer cuticle. Okay, and this outer cuticle. This one is the cuticle. Okay, inner. That means what?
Accounts is a very interesting subject क्योंकि इसमें interest होता है. It could also get very taxing. Let's have a break, guys. Jokes aside, पहले बताओ ये किसने फेंका? किसने फेंका? Life है, break बनता है.
Nestle, good food, good life.
This is the outer surrounding, and inside insect body internal appendages will be there. So this will be their hemocoel or their body cavity of the insect. Then comes innermost membrane is basement membrane, which is non-cellular. Then come to epidermis, which is cellular. Only cellular layer present in integument is epidermis. Then come to the cuticle. Cuticle also non-cellular, and it is the outer layer of integument is cuticle. Okay. So broadly divided into how many parts? Basement membrane, epidermis, and this cuticle. Okay. One by one we will complete now. First one is what? Basement membrane. It is the basal or innermost part of the body wall. First point. Then how it is formed? It is formed from the degenerated epidermal cell. It may come as a question how basement membrane are formed or originated from this. Then that answer is degenerated epidermal cells. Okay. Then come to how they appear. They appear as non-living. As they are non-cellular, they are non-living. Amorphous, that means shapeless. Their shape always vary. Granular inner lining of the integument. Non-living, shapeless, granular inner lining of the integument is the basement membrane. Function is it separates the epidermis from the hemocoel. This epidermis function is different. The hemocoel function is different. They should not be interconnected. That's why in between this epidermis and the hemocoel, this membrane, basement membrane will be present. It may come as a question, what is the thickness of basement membrane? That one is 0.5 micron, and it is composition is consist of fibrous protein, collagen, and glycoproteins. Okay, an overview is what? The basement membrane form a continuous sheet beneath the epidermis where muscles are attached. In epidermis, muscles will attach, and this basement membrane is providing a continuous sheet so that it will get separated from the hemocoel. So how to understand these things? What is basement membrane? What points you have to remember? First thing is where it is present, innermost layer of cuticle or integument. So not cuticle, integument. Formed from Degenerated epidermal cells appear as non-living granular. That is not of that much important. Third point is important. Their function is separate epidermis from hemocell, measuring about 0.5 micron in thickness, consists of fibrous protein, collagen and glycoproteins. The basement membrane form a continuous sheet beneath the epidermis where muscles are attached. So this much you have to understand. This point, you see, these are not that much of importance. Okay, but this degenerated epidermal cell is important. Derived from which cells? Degenerated epidermal cells. Okay, try to note down this red color letters, words, these are important. It may come as short questions. Then come to epidermis. Epidermis or hypodermis is the only cellular layer present in the integument. So this is a middle layer. Inner is basement membrane, middle is epidermis, cellular layer, only cellular layer. Outer is what? This cuticle. Okay, from where they are formed? From the polygonal cells. These epidermis cells or epidermal cells are secreted, which modified into cuboidal or columnar during the process of molting. What is molting? We will understand later. Only try to remember, formed from polygonal cells. Okay, and these cells, as they are the cells, living cells, they are well developed, having nucleus and other cytoplasmic contents will be there. In this cell, nucleus will be there and all other cytoplasmic content will be there. Now come to this one is important. What is desmosomes? Okay, suppose this is the epidermis. Here you see, this is the epidermis. Here many cells are there, 1, 2, 3, like this, continuous cells are there, and these cells are connected with each other. Okay, the epidermal cells are held together by means of a certain some cytoplasmic process will be there in between these cells, and these processes are known as what? Desmosomes. It might come as short question. Okay, adjacent epidermal cells are held together. They are connected with each other by some cytoplasmic processes, which is called as what? Desmosomes. Now come to the function of epidermis. What are the functions? Epidermal cells are glandular in nature. That means what? They are having the glands which secrete some of the enzymes. Then major function is they secrete the next layer. Outer layer is what? Cuticle. Epidermis secrete cuticle. Second point is secretion of some other enzymes which help in digestion and absorption of old cuticle during molting. Basically in molting what happens? The old cuticle, old outer layer will be removed so that one new layer will be formed beneath that one. The insect will leave its skin, exuvium. Just like in case of snake you might have seen. In Odia that is called as what? Sapokati, whatever it may be. So they will remove that one. Shedding of old cuticle will be there, and this shedding will be done by this digestion and absorption of the old cuticle. Basically here you should write down endocuticle. Why I will tell you in case of molting process. Okay, that means secretion of enzymes which are helpful for molting also you can write down. Then come to, they also help in wound repairing. Suppose some damage caused, that means they also help in repairing or healing of that particular damage or wounds. They also help in giving the surface looks. This one, surface looks. So what are the major function? Being glandular in nature, they secrete cuticle. Secretion of enzymes help digestion and absorption of the old endocuticle, or for now you can write on old cuticle. They also help in wound repairing or healing. They also gives surface looks. These are the major function. Some more things. So now we will discuss this in different region of the body of the insect. Okay, these epidermal cells are differentiated or modified, okay, to constitute some kind of mechanoid chemoreceptor organs or to make them active, or some kind of functions will be there for different purposes. For that, these epidermal cells will modify into different kind of glands constituting some cells. So now we will study those three glands. Those are dermal glands, molting glands and peristigmatic glands. One by one we will complete. This thing you write down in your note, this one is very important. Dermal glands produce cement layer. It is a definite question. Cement layer is produced by dermal glands. Definitely this question will come in the exam. Then the dermal glands perform various functions such as secretion of defensive substance, silk production, wax production, pheromone, etc. But major function is production of cement layer. Each dermal gland is formed by a group of 3 cells. 3 cells will be there. The medial cell constituting the body of the gland, which is called as what? Trichogen cell. While the remaining cell constitute the duct of the gland and are termed as termogen cells. You see here, this median cell which constitute the body. Some outgrowth is coming from this dermal gland, which is called as what? Trichogen cell. And this one, here one more will be there back side. They are what? Forming the socket. Okay, this cells is called as what? Termogen cell. This one is important. It may come as short question. Trichogen cell forming the body. The body is known as what? Seta. And the socket, the outlet, is known as what? Termogen cells. The cells responsible for formation of the body is known as trichogen cell, and the socket is called as termogen cells. It may come as short question. This trichogen cell produce head-like setae or trichome. That is also called as what? Trichome. The name is trichome. That's why the cell name is trichogen and termogen. Okay. First one is completed. Then come to the molting gland. Molting gland secreting molting fluid which digests the old cuticle to ensure further growth of the new cuticle. Molting glands produce molting fluid which help in digestion of the old cuticle. Which old cuticle? We will discuss in the molting part. So for now you just understand molting glands secrete molting fluid which digests the old cuticle which must be digested. Okay. Then come to peristigmatic gland. This one. Okay. First thing you write down in present in case of diptera and larva. Actually in case of diptera the name will be different. Larva means the immature stage. In diptera it is known as what? Maggots. M-A-G-G-O-T-S. Leave. For now it is not required. In case of immature diptera, around their spiracles. Spiracles means what? Their mode of respiration. The outlet of respiration is what? These spiracles. Around these spiracles, these peristigmatic glands are there. It may come as the short question. So what to remember here? Okay, first one is dermal gland produce cement layer. First point. Second point, dermal glands produce trichome or setae, which is formed by 3 cells. The body forming cell or the setae forming cell is known as trichogen cell, and the socket forming cell is known as termogen cell. Second one is molting gland. They secrete molting fluid which help in digestion of old cuticle. Peristigmatic glands present in case of immature dipterans. Okay, where it is present? Around the respiratory outlet which is called as what? Spiracles. Spiracles. Okay, so this much things you have to understand in case of this whole of our epidermis. Understood? So now you see the picture properly. Okay, this total is known as what? Cuticle. Again we will divide that cuticle later on. Then this one is the epidermis, and this one is the basement membrane. In epidermis, different cells are there, and these cells are held together by means of what? Desmosomes. Okay, so here what happens? This also dermal gland, this also dermal gland. But this dermal gland help in what? Some secretion will be there in this epidermis. Those secretion will come upwards to form this different kind of cuticular layers or cuticular structure. This is one function of dermal gland. Another one is to produce this setae, the body hair, which is sensory receptors. Those are having different kind of functions. So that much you have to understand. The function is one is for production of different kind of cuticular secretions which will be deposited through this dermal gland. Another one is the formation of setae. Some other are formation of silk, wax and pheromones. Okay, so like this you have to remember. Okay, then come to cuticle. Okay, in cuticle we have to understand so many things. First thing is, it is the outermost non-cellular thick layer. These are also non-cellular, just like basement membrane. Those are having 3 sublayers of integument. How 3 sublayers you see? This is the cuticle. It is again divided into endocuticle, exocuticle, and this one, the thinnest one, the black color. Okay, this one is known as what? Epicuticle. So in this cuticle, innermost layer is endocuticle, inner one. Outer is exocuticle. Total outermost layer is what? Epicuticle. Okay, cuticle is subdivided into sublayers of 3 sublayers, but generally again those are known as what? 2 layers actually. How those are 2 layers I will tell later. This cuticle is secreted by the epidermis, we already have covered. This cuticle determines surface pattern, physiochemical properties of the integument. So these are the functions. Now we will complete one by one. Somewhat more or same like integument, okay, because it is a part of integument. Cuticle acts as exoskeleton, providing support to body and impact shape of the insect. They support and give shape to this insect. They provide area for muscle attachment and also help in facilitation of movement of various parts of the body. Cuticle is having invagination, apophysis, epidermis, so many things are there to provide internal support and muscle attachment. In cuticle, wax layer will be there. They help in conservation of water. Where wax layer is there, I will tell you later. Various parts of cuticle are modified to form sense organ. They will produce this sense organ, just like setae we have seen now. The setae, it is a sense organ. What is that one? It is going forward. I need to go backward. This setae, producing from this cuticle itself, producing from epidermis nodule, but through cuticle, which is forming a setae. Okay. Then cuticular intima and peritrophic membrane. In case of midgut, it will be inside the midgut, internal organ, and it protects the epithelial membrane of the alimentary canal, which may get damaged due to digestion of the hard food materials. Certain pigments of cuticle also impart color to insect, which is also necessary for their physiological development. I will tell you later. So for now, these are the functions you have to remember. It may come as some short notes. What are the functions of cuticle? But first one you have to write down. It is the outermost layer, having 3 sublayers, but generally 2 layers will be there, 3 sublayers will be there. Okay, I will tell. Cuticle is secreted by the epidermis, and these are the functions over here. So now you see how they are divided. Generally, cuticle is broadly divided into 2 parts: upper epicuticle and inner procuticle. This one, upper epicuticle, and this one is the inner, these two, okay, known as what? Procuticle. Okay, again this procuticle is subdivided into exocuticle and inner cuticle. Here you see, you can observe easily, this one, the outermost covering is what? Epicuticle. Then comes exocuticle, then comes endocuticle. This exo and endocuticle are together called as what? Procuticle. So cuticle is broadly divided into two parts, upper epicuticle and inner procuticle. Inner procuticle is again subdivided into two layers, outer exocuticle and inner endocuticle. So below endocuticle what will be there? Epidermis. Below epidermis what will be there? Basement membrane or basal lamina will be there. Okay. Now coming to the portion of epicuticle. Okay. Now the video is becoming more longer, but anyhow we need to complete up to at least cuticle, then we can again go for endoskeleton in the next video. So have patience and watch. This outermost layer, okay, which is very thin, is called as what? This epicuticle, generally having 1 to 4 micron in thickness. It may come as a question. Pore canals are present in this exocuticle, help in the deposition of epicuticle. Here you see, so many here pore canals are there coming from the epidermis. So whatever the secretion are there, they will come through these pore canals and they will be deposited over here to become a epicuticle. Okay, that is the meaning of that sentence. So it is highly resistant to water, how I will tell, and some other solvents. It consists of following 4 layers. What are the 4 layers? Cement layer, also called as tectocuticle. Wax layer, also called as lipid epicuticle. Polyphenol layer, also called as phenolic epicuticle. Cuticulin layer, also called as protein epicuticle. So 4 sublayers are there: cement layer, tectocuticle; wax layer, lipid epicuticle; polyphenol layer, phenolic epicuticle; cuticulin layer, protein epicuticle. So one by one we will cover now. Okay. So first one is the cement layer, also called as tectocuticle. It may come as the sub question. It is the outermost layer. Okay. After that, no layer is there. For your understanding, I am guarantee you that one, because till now I am telling outer. So many things are becoming outer. So this cement layer is the outermost layer. After that, nothing is there. This cement layer is secreted by dermal glands. We already have covered in term of epidermis. There we have completed. Secreted by dermal glands. Which dermal glands are called as Verson's gland in case of Lepidopteran insect, like moth and butterfly. They are belonging to this order Lepidoptera. Okay. So dermal gland is called as Verson's gland in case of Lepidopteran insect. It may also come as a question. It is composed of lipoprotein. It protects the body from external damage, being very hard. It also protects the wax layer. That means below this cement layer, wax layer will be there, and this wax layer will be protected by the next layer, cement layer. Like this it is present. Okay. Outermost, then cement, then polyphenol, then cuticulin, then what will come? Exocuticle, then come endocuticle, then come epidermis, then come basement membrane. Okay. So what are the things you have to remember in cement layer? Outermost layer, also called as tectocuticle, secreted by dermal glands. Which glands are called as Verson's gland in case of Lepidopteran insect like moth and butterfly. Composed of lipoprotein. protect the body from external damage. So major important question is what? Those highlighted terms. Tectocuticle, secreted by dermal glands, also called as Verson's gland in case of Lepidoptera. It may come as sub question. Important. Then come to the wax layer. Okay. What is wax layer? This is also called as what? Lipid epicuticle. Thickness is 0.25 micron. It consists of long chain of hydrocarbons, esters of both fatty acid and alcohol. This is not that much of important. This one is important, the thickness. I forgot to make it highlighted, but it is important. The thickness is 0.25 micron. This is important. It serves as waterproof layer, preventing water loss from the body. Question may come like this: which layer of epicuticle is called as waterproof layer? Then the answer is wax layer or lipid epicuticle. Okay, so try to remember those highlighted words along with the thickness. Wax layer is also called as lipid epicuticle. Thickness is 0.25 micron. It acts as waterproof layer. It may come as a question. Over. Then come to this polyphenol layer or phenolic layer. It is a non-static layer containing various types of phenol which are mainly used in the formation of the proteins. It is resistant to acid and organic solvents. First function. Not that much important, but still it is important. It is resistant to acid and organic solvents. They are responsible for hardening of cuticle. It is important function. So what to remember here? Polyphenol layer. What is the function? It acts as a barrier or resistance to these acids and organic solvents, and they also help in hardening of cuticle. That is the major function of polyphenol layer. Then come to the last one, cuticle layer, or also called as what? Protein epicuticle. It is an amber colored thin layer over the surface of the epidermis during molting, which is strengthened by outer polyphenol layer. These all things are not required. It serves as permeability and also acts as growth barrier. It also acts as what? Growth barrier. It serves as permeability and also acts as growth barrier. It is a non-chitinous polymerized lipoprotein layer. So what to remember in cuticle layer? One thing you write down in your note: the layer which form first in the process of molding is what? Cuticle layer. This amber color, all other things are not required. It serves as permeability layer and also acts as growth barrier. It is important. Layer responsible for hardening of cuticle is polyphenol layer. Layer which acts as growth barrier is called as what? Cuticle layer or protein epicuticle. They don't have chitin. Okay, here you see already it is there. Chitin is absent in case of epicuticle. It is an important short question. That means in none of the layers chitin is there. Chitin is always absent in case of epicuticle, but present in procuticle, both in exo and endocuticle. Understood? So what to remember here? First one is the synonyms. Cement layer is tectocuticle. First one is chitin is absent in epicuticle. First point, in epicuticle chitin is absent. It may come as an important sub question. Then come to the synonyms. Cement layer tectocuticle, wax layer lipid epicuticle, polyphenol layer phenolic epicuticle, cuticle layer protein epicuticle. Then what to remember? Cement layer secreted by dermal glands, which is called as Verson's gland in case of Lepidopteran insect, protect body from external damage. Then come to wax layer. Thickness is 0.25 micron. It acts as waterproof layer. Then come to polyphenol layer. They are responsible for hardening of cuticle, also resistant to acid and organic solvents. Then come to cuticle layer, protein epicuticle. and it acts as permeability and act as growth barrier. These two things are important. Okay, like this you try to remember. This is first, sorry, this is first and this is last. What do you mean by that? In one way you can tell, if you see inwardly, if you are going from bottom to up like that, then first layer is cuticle layer, last layer is cement layer. But my motive is not like that. In a molting process, which layer form first? Cuticle layer. In molting process, which layer form at the last? Cement layer. It may come as short question. In molting, which layer form first? Cuticle layer. In molting, which layer form at the end? Cement layer. It may also come as short questions. We will understand that one very deeply in molting process. Then come to procuticle. As in the picture you know, this procuticle is again divided into two more layers, exo and endocuticle. Outer is exo, inner is endocuticle. No need of telling those things, which are traversed by pore canals which help in transporting the material to the epicuticle. Then first come to this exocuticle. It is a thick layer which mainly consists of chitin and protein. Okay, chitin is present in case of this procuticle but absent in case of epicuticle. The protein is what? Sclerotin, which is predominant in the exocuticle. This protein, okay, which produce a very hard brown material called as what? Sclerotin. This protein is sclerotin, which make a very hard brown material, which gives rigidity and strength to the cuticle. These are generally dark in color. The sclerotin is a water insoluble, spelling is mistake here, insoluble tan protein. Here you see, now try to understand. Difference is there in between exocuticle and endocuticle. Okay, what is exocuticle? It is a thick layer, that is not important. This exocuticle is consist of two things. One is chitin and another one is protein. The protein name is what? Sclerotin. Okay, this sclerotin is what? It is a hard brown material which gives rigidity or strength to the cuticle. Generally these layers are dark in color due to presence of this sclerotin, and this sclerotin protein is a very tan, that means very hard protein, which are insoluble in water. They cannot dissolve in water. They are not soluble in water. So what to remember in exocuticle? Outer layer in procuticle consisting of chitin and protein, where the protein is sclerotin, which is a very hard brown material, giving rigidity to cuticle. Due to their brown color, they look dark in color, and sclerotin is a water insoluble tan protein. It may come as short question. Sclerotin is water soluble or insoluble? They are insoluble. Tan or non-tan? These are tan protein. So many larvae are there which have a very soft thin cuticle over most of their body. That means what? This kind of cuticle has very little or no exocuticle, because there what will happen? This sclerotin will be absent. That is the reason behind this. Okay, now coming to this endocuticle. Endocuticle is the innermost layer and it is the thickest layer of cuticle. Okay, which also, this may come as a question, thickest layer of cuticle is what? Endocuticle, which also contains chitin and arthropodin. You see the difference now? In case of exocuticle, chitin and sclerotin, but in case of endocuticle, that one is the chitin and arthropodin. In that layer, Sclerotin was abundant in this layer. Arthropodin is abundant. Okay. Arthropodin is reverse. It is a water soluble on-tan protein, but sclerotin is water insoluble and tan protein. Okay. Since the proteins are not tan in case of endocuticle, this part is very soft, flexible, and these are colorless. If sclerotin is not there, they are colorless. This is important short question. Arthropodin constitute 25 to 37% of the cuticle. Okay. So now understood. Endocuticle innermost thickest layer contains chitin and arthropodin. Here arthropodin is water soluble and on-tan protein. Since the protein are not tan, they are soft and flexible. They constitute 25 to 37% of the cuticle. This layer is colorless. Okay. So for now, you can have a difference. You see. Okay. What are the things? Exo and some problems are there. Okay. And endo. Okay. What are the difference? First point is both are having chitin. Here they contain sclerotin. Here they contain arthropodin. Arthropodin. Okay. This sclerotin is what? Water insoluble. This one is water soluble. This one is tan, very hard, tan, and this one is on tan. Okay. Then exocuticle are hard, that means sclerotized, and dark in color. These are soft, flexible, and these are colorless. Sorry for my handwriting. It is like this only. Anyway, so I hope you understood the difference in between exo and endocuticle. In both the cases, chitin is present but absent in case of epicuticle. In exosclerotin protein is there, in endocuticle arthropodin protein is there. Sclerotin is water insoluble, arthropodin is water soluble. Sclerotin is tan, arthropodin is on-tan. Exocuticle is hard and dark, endocuticle is soft, flexible, and colorless. In exocuticle, sclerotin is abundant. In endocuticle, arthropodin is abundant, but arthropodin is also abundant in case of whole cuticle. They constitute 25 to 37% of the cuticle. Okay, that means I hope you understood up to this. Okay, this is a figure you see. This is some exception case. This is the picture which includes mesocuticle, where it is present in between exo and endocuticle. Mesocuticle will be present. Up to now, what I understood? Pro means exo and endo. But in case of some insect, what happen? Some exception, they also do have, or mesocuticle also observe in between exo and endocuticle, but this won't come in the question. Okay, now come to some composition of insect cuticle. Okay, it is an important question. Okay, first one is what? Chitin. What is chitin? Chitin is chemically CHO, C8H13O5NX. It accounts for 25 to 60% of the cuticle on dry weight basis. It is named by Odier in 1834. It is a nitrogenous polysaccharide made up of two things. It is important. Chitin is made up of N-acetyl D-glucosamine and glucosamine unit in 6:1 ratio, linked by 1,4-beta linkages to form a chain held by hydrogen bond. So how the question will come? Chitin is chemically C8H13O5NX. First question. Second is how much they count? They count 25 to 60% of chitin will be there in a cuticle in dry weight basis. Second point. Chitin is named by whom? Odier in 1834. It is a which type of compound? Nitrogenous polysaccharide. Made up of what? Two things are there. N-acetyl D-glucosamine and glucosamine unit in 6:1 ratio. How this N-acetyl D-glucosamine and glucosamine are linked? By this 1,4-beta linkages. 1,4-beta linkages, making some hydrogen bond. Okay. Again, what will happen? Suppose these are the chains. These chains will be again interlinked by some covalent bonds. That is not important for your understanding. I am telling you. One more thing is important. Chitin is insoluble in water. Okay, this chitin is insoluble in water, but they are soluble in sodium hypochlorite and other mineral acid. So how the question will come? Chitin is dash in water, insoluble. Chitin is soluble in dash. Then that answer is what? Sodium hypochlorite. Okay. Chitin is synthesized by this again epidermis. This is also important for question. Specific gravity is 1.4 weight by volume. Stretchability is 13 mm. It can be stretched. And alpha chitin is the most stable component present in the arthropods. So what are the things to be remembered in chitin? First is their chemical structure, C8H13O5NX. Then how much they count? Percentage 25 to 60%. Named by Odier. Which compound? Nitrogenous polysaccharide. Made up of N-acetyl D-glucosamine and glucosamine unit. How much concentration? 6:1 ratio. They are linked by 1,4-beta linkages to make hydrogen bond. Leave those things. Chitin is generally insoluble in water, alcohol, organic solvent and some other things, but soluble in sodium hypochlorite. Chitin is synthesized by this epidermal cells. Specific gravity is 1.4 weight by volume. Stretchability is 13 mm. Alpha chitin is the most stable among all kind of chitin in case of arthropods. So chitin over. Then come to proteins. Cuticle has three type of protein. One is arthropodin, one is sclerotin, one is resilin. Arthropodin. It is a soft water-soluble on-time protein, important, present in endocuticle. Okay. Here one step is there. You see sclerotization or tanning. What is that? The conversion of arthropodin into sclerotin is known as what? Sclerotization or tanning. The conversion process of arthropodin into sclerotin is known as what? Sclerotization or tanning. What is sclerotin? Reverse, water insoluble and tan protein. Okay, water insoluble. It is present in case of exocuticle. Then come to resilin. We have not covered till now this one. It is a rubber-like elastic protein. Okay, rubber-like elastic protein. That means stretching ability is more, responsible for the flexibility of the sclerites. It is colorless and present in joints such as wing ligaments, leg joints, clypeolabral joint in mouth part, or sutures in turcosternal. That means what? Suppose this is the body. The dorsal structure is known as what? Tergum. Ventral is known as sternum. So this combination, these joints will be also made by this resilient for their proper flexibility. This is a robot-like elastic protein, which is generally present in case of different joints and ligaments. Colorless, it is also important. So what to remember here? Chitin, chemical formula, their percentage, named by whom, what are the composition, what is the specific gravity, what is the stretchability, which chitin is stable, arthropodin, sclerotin, water soluble or water insoluble, tanned or untanned, present in endocuticle or exocuticle. Those things you have to remember. What is sclerotization or tanning? Sclerotization means what? Formation of sclerotin from arthropodin, conversion of arthropodin into sclerotin. Same thing. Resilient, rubber-like elastic protein present in different joints for their flexible movement or for their flexibility. Then come to this pore channels. You see, these are the very numerous, very fine tubules. You see, so many pore channels are there. Vertical channels. This is vertical. This is horizontal. These are what? Vertical. Traversing both exo and endocuticle. Starting from epidermis, traversing both exo and endocuticle. This one is the endo. This one is the exo. Okay. User, this is important, 0.15 to 1 micron in diameter. It may come as short question. They run perpendicularly from epicuticle throughout the length of the cuticle. Up to epicuticle they are coming. Whatever the secretion will be coming from epidermis, they will deposit over here. Okay. They are useful in transportation of cuticular material, enzymes from the epidermal cells onto the upper surface of the procuticle to facilitate its growth and sclerotization. Different kind of process will be there, which process will be carried out by some enzymes produced by epidermis, which will come through these vertical channels, which is called as what? Pore canals. Okay. So endoskeleton will deal with the next video. Anyway, this video already become very large. So just try to understand. This one is the epicuticle. This one is the exocuticle. This one is the endocuticle. These are the epidermal cells. Okay. This one is the trichogen cell. This one is the termogen cell. Okay. Again, what will be there? This one, you see, cement layer is there. Then comes wax layer will be there. Q is the polyphenol layer. Then R is the cuticulin layer will be there. It is the epicuticle. Okay. Understood? So how to differentiate? First is epicuticle. Cement layer, wax layer, then polyphenol layer, then cuticulin layer. Okay, epi. Then comes what? Exocuticle. Then comes endocuticle. Okay, this is called as what? Procuticle. This whole will be called as what? Cuticle. Below that what will come? Epidermis. Below that what will come? Basement membrane. So how we have started? Basement membrane, epidermis, cuticle. Cuticle again divided into epicuticle, procuticle. Procuticle again divided into exocuticle, endocuticle. Epicuticle again divided into cement layer, wax layer, polyphenol layer, cuticulin layer. Like this, the integument is divided. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you have understood. If any doubt is there, or if you want any segment separately from this video, then kindly comment in the comment box so that I will make different videos on this. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.
Close your eyes, miss me. Close your eyes and kiss me. I can read your lips on your fingertips and happiness in your eyes. Kiss me.